So yeah, I'm looking for the GoDaddy website builder, and it's not hard to find, obviously. Tried not to click one of their Google ads, but I ended up doing it anyway. And my first problem was I couldn't figure out which of the plans included the builder, if they all included the builder. So I found a direct link to the builder which showed all the plans, which let me know that I could choose the free plan and still get the builder. So I went ahead and signed up for that free trial, which I unfortunately have to remember how to cancel, or I'm going to get billed. But you can see as soon as you pay, it's kind of cool. It brings you right to the site builder, which is nice and clean. The UI, really simple at this point. It's not giving you much choice, which is a good thing. So what I was having a problem with right away, though, was kind of coming up with a category based on their autocomplete that fits the type of site I had in mind. I just kind of wanted to do a review, or a blog type site, similar to Web Hostile, that could house that type of content. But none of these categories, they really seem very oriented towards business, which makes sense. And after I saw the editor, that kind of supports it as well. But anyway, I found a category of a personal site, and gave it a name, and then it basically gives you these themes to look at, which look pretty impressive off the bat. Kind of as I started looking at them a little more, though, they all seem fairly basic, very brochure-like, and I'm already feeling like I'm going to have limitations as far as what I'm going to be able to do based upon these templates, and really it looks like there's a lot, but I don't know if there's even a 50 there or what. But when I go and look at WordPress templates for a particular site, I may skim 100 to narrow it down to 5, and then choose based upon that. Anyway, so I ended up finding a template that I like and choosing one. And I did have to back up here because the system was pulling in some personal information that I didn't want published. You can see there it pulled in my actual phone number based upon my account, and it also, based upon either my account or my location, pulled in my actual home address, which was cool, but I don't really want it published on YouTube. So I had to start over, and I chose a slightly different template. I couldn't figure out how to do it otherwise, but at this point it doesn't really matter. So I'm just trying to take the editor here for a little bit of a test drive and see what's possible. I saw if I could move this element here, and you can't. You can change the text, but as soon as you get into something longer, it starts to wrap, which is not terrible. But the point being, you're pretty limited in what you can do here, and that seems to be the case across the board. You get a nice template that works well exactly as it is, and you don't get a lot of flexibility in changing that. So yeah, I was just trying to see if I could change the picture here, which you could. You can use some stock images, which they seem to use some intelligence to decide what to pull up. And you can upload your own image, which I didn't try, but that's kind of the important one, because it's going to be pretty hard to find an image that matches what you need based upon the stock images. So once I had that done, it looked like that was about as much as I could do to modify the header, so I started looking down the page a little bit, seeing what else was possible. Same kind of deal with this heading here. You can go ahead and change font probably and text, but that's about it. Picture, same kind of deal. But you can see these layouts kind of are what they are, and the fact that you can't move anything or resize anything, you are going to be stuck with something that looks pretty similar to this template in the end. You can add content areas, which I'm trying to do here. Actually, I wanted to throw in a video, which seems to work fine. I was just having problems understanding the user interface at first, because I wasn't used to having to hit a button to make anything happen on the user interface. Everything kind of just updated in real time. So I kept missing this new UI element that they add. Basically, when you add the video, which I'm going to do here, you can see that green add section button that just appeared right over the small video thumbnail on the right. And if you don't click that, the section doesn't actually add, which I seem to do a few times before I figured that out. That probably is some, that's something that's really forgivable. You could learn that once, and you're not going to forget it. But you see that the couple modules that we're seeing right there is it. That's what you have to work with. There's nothing, no plugins, no customizability outside of those modules. The preview is pretty cool in that it shows you a browser preview, but also the mobile preview. So the themes are all responsive in that respect. The fact that they're showing you a mobile preview, I have to assume that they're all responsive, but yeah, so I finally did get the video in eventually once I hit that add section button. And if you look at the properties of the video now, that's where you can go ahead and change the URL to a Vimeo or YouTube URL and put some text around it. So that worked nice. I checked it out in mobile as well on the preview, and that looked nice. But again, you're limited at this point. You can throw in those couple little templates, and you can do the same across a handful of pages, and that's what you can do with the site. You essentially get a brochure site that has minimal customizability, and you can throw it together quick, and you can throw it together without much knowledge, but you are stuck after that. You want to do anything outside that box, you have to start all over with a different product, and probably a different vendor. So this is looking at the preview. I just want to take a look at the source code that they threw back quick, which is not bad. They're using a modern framework by Facebook called React. So the code, is going to be clean. They're using modern development tools, and the user interface was great. Hats off to the devs for doing a nice job with that, and UX and everybody who was involved. I took a quick look to see what Google had to say about the source code using their PageSpeed Insights tool. And it came back with about average marks from what I've seen. The desktop looks decent. These problems that they're showing are really easily fixable if you weren't using this website builder. I was just fixing problems like this earlier today, and it's just a matter of kind of moving some code around inside the templates, in large part to get these problems fixed. But you have absolutely no option to get that fixed at all with this builder. You just have to live with those problems or get off their platform. So don't use a website builder. Thanks for watching.